This section, we're going to talk about simple interest. So we have interest formula given. If it's a simple interest, we can do interest equals to principal times rate times times. And this is short for it. And then we have future values, amounts. So this future value will be your principal plus your interest, right? And we can use the formula like this. So let's see if we can find example 1 solutions. Example 1 is asking you deposit $2,000 in a saving account with 6% interest. Find the interest at the end of the first year. So here, don't forget we're just looking for interest. So this is the formula. We're going to end up using it for this problem. So I will do interest is equals to principal times rate is 6%. So when you change that to decimal, it will be 0.06 times for how long? At the end of the first year, so it will be 1. Then you're going to multiply that. Will give you 120. So the next problem, we have a loan of 1,060 has been made at 6.5% for 3 months. Find the loan's future value. So when it's a future value, you wanted to find out the total amounts, right? So first, what I need to do is let's find what interest is going to be. So principal is going to be 1060. Let me erase that. And then your rate is going to be 6.5, which in a decimal form of 0.065. And then you're going to multiply the years. But what you have is 3 months. So 3 months per year is going to be 3 months out of 12, right? So if it's 1 year, 2 years, your time is going to be 1, 2. But because it's less than 1, you're going to write it in a partial form, which is the fraction here. So when you input this value into the calculator, you're going to end up getting 17.225. So pretty much it's going to be 17.23. So this is just interest itself. So then your loan's future value going to be your starting amount plus interest, which is going to be 1,077.23. Okay, example 3 is interesting because many of us drink coffee and it's expensive. So let's just think this way. So suppose you spend $4 each day. Nowadays, coffee price is a little more expensive than that, but let's say just $4 each day. 5 days per week. How much do you spend on this item in a year? So you're going to do $4 plus 5, which is going to be $20. So that's just going to be per week, right? But then you wanted to do year, so you're going to multiply this by 52 weeks. And you end up getting $1,040. So a year, you're going to spend about $1,040 just on coffee. So the second question is asking, if you invest your yearly spending on coffee in a saving account with the rate of 5%, how much should you have after after 1 year. So we're trying to figure it out how much you're going to make. Then we're going to find out the interest first. So let's do 1040 times 5%, so it will be 0.05, will give you $52. And then your amount that you're investing this time is 1040, and when you add 52 to it, you end up getting 1092. You can also do 1040 times 1.05. That one is going to be the principal itself. So when you multiply these two numbers, you're going to end up getting 1090. So either way, we'll be okay with this problem. Example 4. You borrow $2,500 from a friend and promise to pay back $2,655 in 6 months. What sample interest rate will you pay? So what we're looking for is the interest rate. That's going to be unknown, and I'm going to use the variable x, right? And then what we have is $2,500 that you're borrowing. So this is starting amounts. We call that principal, right? And this is going to be how much you're going to pay at the end. So this is going to be interest plus principal, so it will be total amount. And in the beginning of this sections, we had formula for A equals to P times 1 plus RT. So when we have our total amounts, this is the formula we're going to use. And when we replace this with the given value, we get 2,655 equal starting amount. Principal is 2,500. 1 plus our rate is unknown. Time is going to be 6 months, so we could use half year or 0.5. In order to solve these equations, we wanted to open the parenthesis first. So we're going to distribute 2,500 to 1 and 2,500 to x times 1/2. Then you're going to get 2,500 plus 2,500 times 1/2 and x. And then you're going to subtract 2,500 first to isolate x. You're going to get 155 on the left side. On the right side, this cancel out. You get 2,500, half of it. You can use calculator, but half of that amount is going to be 1,250x. And then when you divide both sides by 1,250 to isolate x, you get x equals 0.124. This means your percent, you need to change to percent from the decimal. So move the decimal space 2, so it will give you 12.4%. Example 5. You plan to save $2,000 for a trip to Europe in 2 years. You decide to purchase a certificate deposit, which is a CD from your bank that pays a simple interest rate of 4%. How much must you put in this CD now in order to have the 2,000 in 2 years? So these problems, we wanted to look for principal, starting amounts. How much you need to put right now in order to make 2,000 in 2 years. So again, from the formulas, A equals to P 1 plus RT. We wanted to make 2,000 and we want to know how much we're going to put it. So principal become X and 1 plus, your rate is 4%, so 0.04, 2 years, so it'll be 2. And let's open the parenthesis by distributing X. And then you're going to get plus 0.04 times 2 is 0.08 times X. And this is going to be still 2,000 on the left side. Right side is, this is 1. If you don't have any number in front of the variable, we know that's 1 there, right? So you're going to do 1 plus 0.08, which is 1.08x. And divide both sides by 1.08 in order to isolate x. You end up getting your x is 1,851.85. So that's how much you need to put it into CD with 4% interest for 2 years in order to make $2,000.